LGBT Latino history, one of the things that I think of is like Miss Kitty, and where is that history? Who holds it? What can we do? What should we be doing? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Before Chicago knew who Kitty was, lucky me, Kitty lived in Puerto Rico. Most of you don't know her real name, and I'm allowed to say it because I was that type of a family friend of her. Her name was Enrique Tianga Taisin. She was half Chinese Ecuadorian. People thought that Kitty was Puerto Rican or Mexican or whatever. The ones that know her like I did over 40 years, even before Miss Kitty became the Kitty from Chicago, she lived in Puerto Rico. She had a huge story. Her father was a big senator in Ecuador, and the mother decided to take Kitty as the children to Puerto Rico, and they live in Atorrey. I still remember the house. The house is still there. I just came from Puerto Rico. I went to Aruba, Curaçao, in Puerto Rico a month ago for 14 days, and I had a fierce time. You never, girl, love it. Like she said, ooh, I'm feeling it. I love it. I love my island to go. That's about it. I love Chicago also. And Kitty, it was a legendary. She was the pioneer. She was the first transsexual Latina that had the cojones to make out of the lifestyle for the young ones that came from Mexico especially, and most of you know that, make a living out of the things that she taught them, which she was performing. Because they didn't have no papers, it was so difficult for them to even go to school. Kitty said, well, okay, get permission from your parents, and this is what we're gonna do. And she did it, and you're a witness, and you're Roberto, and most of the people that really know Kitty, the Kitty that I'm talking about, know that is the truth. And she became this legendary person. The reason that I'm here in Chicago as of today is because of her. At that time, I moved from New York to Chicago. I didn't move. I came in 1992 to do two of her pageants at the Baton, which was Miss Latina and Miss Hispanidad. That was in 1992, June 18. And I stayed for a whole month with her, and I did her second pageant. And after that, since I've been coming since the 70s, back and forward from New York to Chicago and Puerto Rico, I decided to stay. That's what I'm here. Thanks to Kitty. And about the transgender lifestyle and what I think, this is to me how I see it. You all have the right to think of me whatever you might, whether it's good or bad. I respect everyone's decision because I would like mine to be respected. But remember that besides the physical appearance, there is a human being here that has been through thick and thin, as most of you. It doesn't matter that my hair is long, whether it's short, that my boobs are big, or my head. Anybody can do that. Nowadays, it's easy. Just remember that before you mock me, you have a brother and a sister as well as I do. You see? And before you make fun of me, look behind and look at yourself in the mirror and then make a comparison. It might not be the same, but always remember that there is a person inside this facade, if you may call it like that. A human being, as simple as that. Don't worry about the eyelashes, the shows, the eye. None of that is important. It's who I am. I am a transsexual because I'm a human being, and because it's a sexual orientation that I decide. And I will have to suffer if I have to do the things that I want to, but I will never disrespect anyone because of their physical appearance. Usually, what happens within the community is because of the way I look, not because of my sexual orientation. Because along the way, I'm still a gay male. So this is the only thing I have to say. Still until today, not only the most underserved part of the community, the most mistreated by the same community. And it's all about physical appearance. I still have my genitals, as most of you men. I don't have a vagina, fine. I'm happy with what I have. But besides all that surgically done, there is a persona as well as you, and all of you. Not a character. I'm not a comical character. I'm a human being. And despite of how I look, I am a person as well as all of you. Simple. 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 Very simple. Just that. A human being.
Give it up for Ginger Valdez, everyone. Thank you so much, Ginger. Let's get out of here. For the Q&A.